The years have come and gone, and the euphoria experienced by playing through and falling in love with the game for the first time is harder and harder to come by. As we continue to expand our library in an effort to broaden our horizons while wading through many new journeys that just don't quite hit like they used to. Last year, very few games did this for me, and the length of time that they ran their course was very slim. Nordhold was about 2 weeks, RoboQuest was barely 1, and Legends of Runeterra revisiting took maybe 2.5 weeks out of my time. But I didn't go beyond the game with these 3 titles. I streamed Legends of Runeterra and actually talked to 2 members of the community, which I believe are still around, so shout out you guys. I learned a little bit from them and about the game's development and all the cycles that go on with a, live service game, but ultimately hung up the coat and then completely forgot about it. It didn't fancy me so much where I'd think about putting it on every time I left the house, or really at all. I honestly forgot about it behind my 5 pairs of Carhartt snow pants. Awful analogy aside, there was one game, however, that stood out in 2025, and you can probably take a wild guess as to what it is if you know anything about me. But chances are you don't. Nine Kings is a deck building, sort of small scale grid-like city builder roguelike that introduced to me a new way to enjoy repetition. The same game played a billion times, 9s of ways to start new runs, millions of outcomes, and millions of ways to get to those outcomes. It's hard for me to put into words what I felt while playing Nine Kings for the first time and really diving into the game as a whole, and it's even harder for me to understand why I even love it so much. But this video isn't meant to talk about Nine Kings specifically, more just using it as an example. My good friend Jack posed an interesting take on the classic philosophical gaming question: if you could play any game again for the first time, experience it for the first time, what would it be? See, the Steam Winter Sale was upon us, and as I was buying Slay the Spire for less than the price of a monster, there it was, in all of its glory. Nine Kings. Up until this point, I had only played Nine Kings through the Egglog Game Pass, which I ended up having to cancel a few months ago simply because the only thing I was doing with my subscription was playing Nine Kings. But there was one main issue with the Game Pass version. It was a game preview, whatever that means. But boils down to they introduced a new game mode called Quest Mode, which I wasn't able to play for whatever reason. And without talking about it too much, because I want to make a whole video on just Quest Mode, there are 9x9, 81 total missions in Quest Mode that are just completely unique ways to play the game. Which begs the question, well, if I'm missing Quest Mode, what else am I missing by not having the full game? This is an incredibly first world problem, so naturally I resolved it with money. And to my horrifying realization when I booted the game, I didn't have anything. I was faced with a blank slate, a fresh start, a setback of ultimate proportions because Xbox seems to think I spent 60 hours in the game in the first month, which can't be right. I mean, I spent a lot of time in the game and I unlocked a lot of stuff, and in fact most things except for like 3 achievements, and there's still no way I totaled up to 60 hours. I don't believe it. This is when Jack told me, oh well, now you can play it all over again with all the knowledge that you have. Well, this is an excellent outlook on the situation. This is a roguelite with a hard T because there's a lot of stuff to unlock, and I want all my shit. On the other hand, you're damn right. It gives me a second life and a chance to unlock everything in the game again. Beat the game with every king on king level again. A sense of purpose has been restored, and a reason to continue playing this game has been straight injected into my soul. I am getting my $10 worth of Nine Kings. Not only that, but I'm also making a video, and I have another video idea in the bank. And I get something to play on my second monitor while I'm droning through hours and hours of gspree footage for the best of video. And launching the next season of my VODs channel over on Spotify, which, shameless plug, but yeah, I upload all of my VODs and all of my Let's Plays over on Spotify. Again, sidetracked, I guess I just wanted to talk about Nine Kings after all. 3 games jumped to my brain immediately when posed with that philosophical question: Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, Slay the Spire, and Risk of Rain 2. I've sunk so much time into these games throughout the years, and they have genuinely shaped my interest in the space of gaming as a whole. Skylanders was the first console game that kept me itching to come back to the Wii every single week, and for $10 to $15, I can get a completely unique way and fresh feel of playing the game via these little characters. The characters also offer unique upgrade paths, and the game offers a story that is very easy for an 11-year-old to get behind and follow throughout the next installments of the game that came out for the next 5-6 years. I've also got over 300 hours in Slay the Spire, which is hands down the golden standard for any deck building roguelike game. I compare this to everything and know this will not stop because a lot of new deck building roguelikes that are coming out even 5 years after the original release of Slay the Spire have a lot of inspiration from that game. Then Risk of Rain 2 is my golden standard for action roguelike games, and this game got me through college life during COVID lockdown. Shout out Wyatt for being there for countless hours of just running through missions on basic easy mode, just trying to get all of the achievements and eventually 100%ing the game before these DLCs came out. Then yeah, DLCs and mod support keeps the game fresh and interesting and very customizable. I have been really excited about this newest DLC. The boys have been playing it fairly recently. I know it's a little bit old at this point, but I do want to talk about that DLC at some point this year. So now back to our example. Nine Kings has been an almost perfect game to go from basically 95% completion all the way back down to 0, and eventually I'd love to get up to 100% again. With Steam, there's more achievements, and I've also noticed new perks and decrees that are in the game that I did not experience through the Game Pass version. Quest mode is so beautiful, and just today I've already completed 5 missions, which actually had me scratching my head and then also jumping for joy when I finally cracked the puzzle. Apart from knowing all the cards already, everything else is just as it was. Trying to learn combos, what to adapt for, what to stick to, what to ignore, and how to perfectly Tetris balance and place my kingdom to be completely optimal. It truly feels like I'm living through these original dopamine hits I had when first playing the game. With the plus side of unlocking an easier path in these perks that I already know are in the game, and being able to look forward to those perks once I level up a king to unlock them. During my revisit, I've been playing every single king from first to last, getting them all the way up to the second highest difficulty, and then eventually once I rip through all those, I'll be going back, beating king difficulty, and then, sprinkling in some quest modes when I feel like I need a little bit of a reset in the mind. The perks keep runs fresh, the synergies that you find and look for in the first 5 minutes keep the game feeling energized, and at this point, if I haven't sold you on the game yet, there's a demo available for you to try it for free, so trust me. But all of this potentially poses a problem that I'm having with Nine Kings. All that time, and for what? To ponder my kingdom's erection is to ponder a solution for boredom. By creating an obligation that I feel stressed about every single week, and what happens if I slip up? Hell if I know. What happens if I miss a week? Who's gonna know? Was this segment purely to say pondering my kingdom's erection? Absolutely, and I want to say it again. Anyway, circling back to the topic at hand, what's the downside of all of this? Yeah, it was annoying, but realistically, I'm gonna play through this game a lot anyway. Now that it's on Steam, I get to unlock everything again. I'll feel less like I'm wasting my time doing it, which is weird, but we don't have to get into my time management and what I deem worth my time, what I deem a waste of my time, because who am I kidding? I've been uploading weekly for over 3 years now, and what do I have to show for it? I'm not even getting paid. The only thing that motivates me at this point is it would be weird if I stopped. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go ponder my kingdom and plan a stream where I think I beat every single king on king level difficulty, just so I can make a 40-minute video on the experience. Oh wait, I did that already, and you can watch it right now if you want. Video's up, this video's over. As usual, I appreciate you so much for stopping by, gspree gang. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, weekend, and I will catch you the next time you catch me.